Okay, hello. Good afternoon. How are we? How are we? The moment we've all been waiting for is finally arrived. Or have we always been waiting on this moment? So the current chart that's up right now is the Bitcoin 30-minute chart. So Bitcoin, it is on the verge of a breakout. Will we see a breakout? Let's find out. So yeah, first things first. Bitcoin currently right now sitting at $46,554. So the ETF was approved. It was approved last night around 9 p.m. UK time. Okay, so apologies. Bitcoin is currently $47,100, $47,200 on TradingView, on Binance. So testing those weekly highs. Are we going to break out? Is Bitcoin going to break out? The positive thing I would say is that we haven't crashed into oblivion yet. That's always a good start. Always a good start. We are good. How are you, Connor? What do we think of these daytime streams? Should we do more daytime streams? But yes, the Bitcoin ETF has been approved. Let's see what CoinDesk has got to say about this. CoinDesk is trying to go all Wall Street with this website, with that font. It's not very crypto-esque. So, Grayscale claims bragging rights for the first spot Bitcoin ETF to begin trading. Nice. So apparently Grayscale's conversion of its $27 billion Bitcoin trust into an ETF was finally approved. That's crazy. That is crazy. So they had the BTC, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, with over $27 billion in it. And it's just been converted and approved to be converted into an ETF. So Grayscale is the manager of GBTC, and it claims bragging rights for the first newly approved crop of spot Bitcoin ETFs to begin trading. I'm happy to confirm that GBTC started pre-market trading at 4 a.m. Eastern this morning, and Grayscale's head of communications said via email. Nice one. So GBTC, which in fact alpha members of CC Pro, this bad boy community right here, alpha members of CC Pro did a Grayscale trade. I don't know if any alpha members or Mark can give a bit of info on the Grayscale trade in the chat. So Grayscale, Grayscale is priced at 40,000 or 40,000 in pre-trading, and it has markedly higher fee than its competitors. Is markedly a word? Oh, I like those trainers, but they're markedly higher. I don't think that's a word. Anyway, higher than its competitors, they're charging 1.5%, whereas the rest are charging in the range of 0.2 to 0.9%. Grayscale they're a shady company anyway. I don't like the CEO. He's a bit of a snake in my opinion. He's very anti-XRP and corrupt in my personal humble opinion. But yeah, Grayscale are charging markedly higher than its competitors. And that's it. end of story. That's a great story, CoinDesk. Thanks for that. Bitcoin ETFs, what to expect on day one. Let's see if this story is any longer than the previous. So they were finally approved yesterday, following the SEC's green light on Wednesday afternoon. The hotly anticipated products will debut in the US markets run by the stock exchange, NASDAQ, blah, 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 aided by major trading firms who plan to provide liquidity, like Coinbase. The buying and selling could technically start as early as 4 a.m. UTC. Oh, it's already open now. The products will let virtually any retail customer gain exposure to Bitcoin's price using their conventional brokerage apps and accounts, as well as let traditional financial institutions invest without needing to go through crypto exchanges. That is why it's been such big news, big hype, because it allows traditional financial institutions the chance to invest in Bitcoin without going and buying Bitcoin direct. They can buy it through a broker, i.e. an ETF provider. So I think we've got the Grayscale post here. So the Alpha, wow, amazing. So yeah, the CC Pro Alpha trade, Mark has just posted down below. Here is Alpha. So GBTC Alpha trade is up 125%. Ticker now changed to ETF. Iris Energy Alpha trade is also up 120%. So yeah, the GBDC Alpha trade was posted. How long ago was that posted, Mark? It was a few months ago. And the reason for that was it was running off. So Bitcoin was, say, $30,000. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust was $25,000. So they weren't running at the same price. It was running below. The premium was less than the price of Bitcoin. So yeah, we put out that trade in Alpha, and as Mark said there, it's up 125%, which is lovely. It was posted in July as well. We didn't have many Alpha members in July, but I know that some did take on that trade. If you're interested in becoming an Alpha member today, you can do so. There is a link down below. But anyway, back to the nitty gritty, back to the news. So these ETFs give investors interested in digital assets more choices, said Cynthia, head of digital asset management at Fidelity, one of the Bitcoin ETF issuers. The latest products are different from the ones that were approved in 2021. In the US, Bitcoin futures ETFs, which invest in derivatives, not the asset itself. So that's key here. So this Bitcoin ETF is a spot ETF, which means they need to buy the underlying asset itself, physical Bitcoin. The derivatives is an ETF based on contracts on the price of Bitcoin. You don't need to buy Bitcoin for exposure to that. You're just gambling on a future price of Bitcoin by using a futures ETF. Then we've long believed a spot Bitcoin ETF product would be an efficient ways for investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin, she said. As a firm, we would remain committed to meeting growing demand from investors by providing them with tools that support their choices and facilitate secure access to markets. Fair enough. I think ETFs are fair enough. if people don't want to buy the asset directly, they don't want to buy Bitcoin directly, they want to go through a broker, that's cool, that's fair enough. There's a need, different people have different needs. We just did a in-person one-to-one consultation the other day. Don't know if you're watching this, mate, maybe you are. But he invested solely through a broker. The broker was forced out of the UK because the UK is a disgrace. The broker is now set up in Australia. I can't remember the name. No, I can't remember the name. It was two names. It'll come back to me. But anyway, this guy was investing through a broker. He had Bitcoin, XRP, XLM. Basically, he sent money to the broker bought Bitcoin for him, the broker holds the Bitcoin for him. If he wants to sell it, the broker sells the Bitcoin. And the guy's reason behind that was that he just never knew how to use exchanges, he never knew how to buy Bitcoin, store it. It made sense for him to pay a broker a fee. I think the fee was like 1% maybe, and they do the buying for him. And he's got someone that he can phone up and he can say, oh, I want to sell my Bitcoin, whatever it is. He's got direct contact with someone, so there is a need for it. It does work. It works for that guy that we did the one-to-one with. I think the guy's in his 50s. He says he wasn't too confident on crypto or technology. He just knows that he knows the value behind it. In fact, a funny story on that. So the guy, this is gold. I love this. So the one-to-one we did with the guy, he got into crypto. The reason he got into crypto was he was trying to send money over to Australia, and it was turned out to be an absolute nightmare. There was no way to send money. It was costing him too much. It was going to take too long, and he was like, this is a disgrace. Like, it's 2024. Why is it taking so long? So he was scrolling on, I think it was on TikTok, and he seen a thing about XRP and how you can send it across borders instantly for a fraction of a penny. And he was like, wow, this is the future. And that's how we get into crypto, through experience. And that's what a lot of people don't see. They don't see the need or the use for crypto because they don't send money to Australia. They don't send money to India. They're not doing cross-border payments. But if you try and send money outside the country, you've got governments on your back, banks on your back, payment processors. It needs to go through all these different like layers to send a transaction, and it takes a long time. You're paying a cut to each and every individual payment processor or government, or using like MoneyGram or any of these providers. He's seen XRP and was like, wow, instant, fraction of a penny. Yeah, it makes so much sense. Why is it still taking 7 days to send money in 2024? It's nonsense. So that was cool to see that guy had experienced it firsthand, which is why he decided to get into crypto, and then he ended up into Bitcoin, etc. Buying and selling crypto for normies is still so clunky on most exchanges. It can be a difficult process if you've never done it before. Even stocks is the same. Like, there's different terminology, settling periods. There is a lot of like moving parts. So I understand why people struggle with it and why they would want to buy an ETF instead through a broker. I'm going to get the price of Bitcoin up right now while I have a little bit of protein. But anyway, what's happening in the chat? Do you think we're going to get a breakout here today? Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know some of your in fact, are we breaking out right now? We could be. In fact, I could do this actually. Perfect. Still hear me? All good. Has CC Pro got any trades running right now? Is anyone in the CC Pro copy trading? What we saying, breakout? Yes or no? Yes or no? Look left, as Mitch would say. Look left. Look left and there's nothing there. What would Mitch say on that? So Thomas is looking for 48. Robert needs to go watch the videos on it to get set up for copy trading. What I would say though, I'll say a little bit on copy trading in a sec. I've got a bit to say on copy trading. Bitcoin is looking good. It's looking good. That's called a breakout where I'm from. Where I'm from, we like to call that a breakout. I actually think I prefer doing no camera on stream. But yeah, copy trading. Let's get to copy trading. So, copy trading, if anyone is unfamiliar with copy trading, in fact, we've added it into, so CC Pro has copy trading now, which isn't even included on here, which is insane, which is why, yeah, the price should be much higher than this. I don't know if any of you on stream seen the stream last week where someone was saying CC Pro should be £9. But yeah. Copy trading has been added to CC Pro since this time, but yeah, essentially what copy trading is, it is facilitated through BITGET, and it's a copy trading. So CC Pro will place trades, and CC Pro members are able to copy those trades with one button, hands off. I did actually a video series on it. Your channel playlists. So I did a video series on it. It was at the start of the year. I did an experiment on it. Yeah, 9 months ago it was now. So we seen the BitGet copy trading feature. We did an experiment, played around with it, figured out how to use it, and then after that we decided to launch our own version of copy trading. And in fact, I would say though, before you do the copy trading, if you're interested in it, watch this video here that Mark did, Copy Trading Exposed. This is why you lose copy trading on BitGet, because yes, a lot of people lose a lot of money on this because yeah, they don't like fully understand how it works, and it's pretty shady. Some of the traders on BitGet is pretty shady. They don't care that you lose a lot of money. They don't have a face behind it. with CC Pro, it's only our members that are able to copy the trades, so of course we can't be out there losing trades every day. David saying 51k by the end of the day. To be honest, like you could see a god candle, you could see a $5,000, $10,000 candle in Bitcoin at any moment. So yeah, 51k isn't off the cards, definitely not. But yeah, the copy trading, I would say there is a full copy trading section in CC Pro where it gives you the kind of instructions on how to do it. But before you get into the copy trading, I would say watch the playlist on the channel, then watch this video, then check out CC Pro. With copy trading, it's not overnight rags to riches. It is a long-term game. There should be more winners than losers long term, and then over the long term, you want to build it up. You don't want to hit a jackpot on copy trading. That's not what it's about. It's about accumulating small wins over time and growing your pot. We've seen as well that some members have like moved the pot size up and then they've lost a lot of money through that. You should stick to the same position size. No matter how good or how bad the trade looks, just stick to the same position size and then you'll get the desired results. But yeah, that's a bit on copy trading. Back to the news. So liquidity pools, do we need to look into that? We don't. Let's check a different website because CoinDesk looks too government-y for me, to be honest. And then Cointelegraph looks more a bit better. In fact, why is there no news on the SEC scandal? That's interesting. That's interesting. So did anyone see the absolute nonsense that the SEC pulled, where they essentially released that the ETF was approved and then they deleted the tweet and says, oh, we get hacked? I don't see any of these websites reporting on that. Why? Strange. It's just vanished from the news that happened. Massive market manipulation. So this is it on the chart. So the SEC posted a fake tweet here saying that it's been approved, and then it says it's been denied and it crashed again. So typical SEC move in the market, as always. The SEC's job is to prevent and police market manipulation, and they are by far the biggest market manipulators on the planet. SEC's they're the main market manipulators, and they're the people that are supposed to prevent it and police it, and it's them that does it. And just look at any chart and you'll see it. XRP, when they sued XRP, what did it do? It crashed to oblivion. They manipulate the markets. XRP chart. Let's have a look at the XRP chart. Nice, 61 cents. Very nice. So I've got, because I never look at charts on 30-minute time frames, but because this stream is, stuff's kind of breaking out, I've got it on a 30-minute chart. Usually I'll have daily kind of minimum. I like to look at charts on weekly, monthly, like high time frames, because I'm an investor rather than a trader. In fact, so I don't really share my charts often, but this would have been, so I posted this on CC Pro Alpha, with the members anyway. some levels. This was back in July that I set out these levels. Maybe buy, sell the house and kids all in. And this maybe buy region got hit perfectly, which is, it just shows you that charts. I mean, look at that. And then it immediately reversed. Immediately. So yeah, that was, and I did buy at 50 cents. Will we see down at 38 cents again? I don't think so. But you never know. The SEC can come in and decide whatever they decide, whatever scam they is perpetrate, the right word for that? Next. Who knows? But yeah, XRP is doing okay. Let's have a look at XRP in the 4 hourly. So, looking good. Showing some strength. This candle's just to liquidate everybody. That's it. It's just a liquidation candle. And then we're back to where we were again. Trending up. Wow, this laptop just drains on stream. The battery absolutely drains. But what's the chat saying? I'm going to plug this in to charge, 1 sec. Yeah, what is the chat? We've got Thomas looking for 48 and David saying 51k by the end of today. But let's have a quick look on X before we go back to the news. Got some memes. We've got Cathy Wood. Cathy Wood was no bad back in her day. So 11 Bitcoin ETFs will go live today. All these ones supposedly. Is that a joke? Can anyone confirm that that's a joke? Valkyrie's ticker is brr. I just don't see how a market. I understand that the ETFs, the whole point is that new liquidity flows in. $1 trillion asset managers then start to buy Bitcoin, but it just seems too easy, too simple that 11 Bitcoin ETFs are going to go live today, so the price is going to go up today. When something's so simple and easy, it never happens. Something else happens. So yeah, although the ETF's been approved or these go live today, like, just remember who is in control. It's like the governments and institutions are in control, so I wouldn't get too excited yet. Not yet anyway, because you know what they're like. We all lived through C19. Right. Let's see. Yeah, seen that Franklin Templeton. Get the laser eyes on the display picture. I don't know if you remember in 2021, when everyone put laser eyes in their display picture, that marked the top for the market. So got some more comments. Do you think we could see a big pump in XRP over the next few weeks? Yes, because XRP basically just relies on like the market conditions in general, and it relies on Bitcoin. It relies on Bitcoin performing and then Bitcoin stalling out, and Bitcoin has been performing and now Bitcoin's stalling out. So yes, the market conditions are there for XRP to have a run. Also as well, that bullshit case with the SEC should be wrapped up soon, because why is it even still ongoing now? It's a pile of nonsense. So yes, XRP could see a big pump at any like XRP could go anytime from, Bitcoin basically dictates XRP. So it's like anytime from December onwards, XRP is in the market conditions it needs to have its rally. Also, you're seeing altcoins are breaking out. A lot of liquidity is flowing into altcoins, and then it will just rotate into XRP when the time is right, when the overlords decide it's right. Got Cathy. So we've got Cathy Giesmewood. Fair. Can you remember back in February you sold 50% of your crypto holdings, 80% of your stocks for lower prices? Price was around 20k at the time and was after the bottom. Yes. Did you end up buying back in? Yes. So I've not stocks, but crypto. So stocks I've only bought in on, what have I bought in on? 2 stocks. I've only bought back into 2 stocks, or is it 3? 2. Yeah, I bought back into 2 stocks. I did have much more than that. And crypto, yeah, I've been buying a lot. Quite a crazy amount, to be honest. Yeah, from February that was. From February. So let's have a look at. But I'm pretty exposed to the market right now. I did sell, and I posted this in CC Pro. I de-risked 5%. When was this? Let's have a look. So yeah, I de-risked 5% 2 days ago, which all of those except Bitcoin are basically in profit, because when I did de-risk, the full market crashed 10, 15, 20%, altcoins specifically. So yes, I did buy back in. I've been dollar cost averaging. However, there is a time and a place when you stop buying, which I'll be stop buying. I don't buy any more Bitcoin. I've been buying altcoins all year. There is a time when that just stops. That chart is insane. Because let's have a look at. So basically, there needs to be a time when you stop buying, because if you don't, that means you're just buying all the time. So I like to buy in bear markets, and I like to sell in bull markets. That sounds so standard, so simple, but people don't do that. People continue to buy in a bull market, and if we are encroaching, nice word, on a bull market right now, I shouldn't be buying then. I should be selling then. So it's like, in the bear market, I've got one job, and it's to buy. In the bull market, I've got one job, and it's to sell. So yeah, for buying, I've still been buying altcoins. I'll be honest, like recently I've still been buying altcoins because they are still, they're down bad, altcoins, which is why I'm able to buy into altcoins. So let's have a look at, say, Uniswap. Just pick a random altcoin. Like, so that's what I look at. So even though I'm still buying now, That's what I'm focused on. If they start to pump up, then I'm not buying any of them anymore. So yeah, most altcoins are like this. They're down bad, so it makes sense to buy. Bitcoin doesn't make sense for me to buy. I'm not buying it. No way. Why would I buy Bitcoin now at almost 50k? That's all-time high levels. That's crazy. And some of those stock trades as well were posted in CC Pro Alpha. That's where I post those stock trades. Uh, 2021. And also, you said that it was in February. If you look at the market, it did. February was like a high. We had a good January, good February, and then it crashed for the next 6 months. So yeah, selling out of those positions back in February was beneficial. And then the market seen a bottom around June, and then again it was down again in October before Q4, and then we started to pump again. So yep. Bitcoin really wants to break out here. Really wants to. Yeah, well, altcoins did. So Gilzo's just said there, fair enough. I was just asking because I never really seen much of a dip from that point. I was considering selling back then, but I never. Again, if you're holding, there's no. I was trading then, so if you're a long-term holder, you don't need to sell and then buy back lower. You don't need to do that. That's just adding in more risk. Because if I sold then in February, and we started pumping hard in February and continued to pump till now, then I would need to buy into the market higher. So that's a risk that long-term holders don't need to expose themselves to. I just had a bit of confidence that there was still a bit of time left in the bear market. January and February seen a pump, especially in the altcoins. Like altcoins were pumping hard then, so it made sense for me to de-risk. If I'm buying in December, November, December in the lows, and then in February we're up pretty high, but I still feel we're in a bear market, it made sense for me to sell then. Yeah. So Mitchell's saying, do you think we'll see more opportunities to buy into the market before the halving? And yes, I do. So one sec. So me personally, I believe that, well, in fact, I'll see if I've got any of the charts that I've got the halving on it. I've marked it out before, but no. So I had a chart that had the halvings marked out on the chart. Bitcoin dominance has seen a tumble from yesterday. This means that altcoins are performing. But yeah, so the question about, do you think we'll see more opportunities to buy before the halving? Personally, I do think so, yes. And I've always been under that impression because I just don't expect anything before the halving. And whether I'm terribly wrong on that and the market pumps like before the halving, like cool, fair enough. I've already got a lot of exposure to the market anyway. But in the past 14 years, Bitcoin pumps after the halving because of supply and demand. So yeah, my game is always for after the halving. It's never before the halving. Anything that happens before the halving now is a bonus in my eyes, but in the halving could be a sell the news event, which it is. Every time the halving happens, we usually dump anyway. It's like a lagging. It's lagging because when the halving takes place, it takes time for the supply and demands to like adjust. And then the price goes up. It's not like the halving happens today and the prices start to go up tomorrow. It takes time. The same with everything with supply and demand. Like cars, watches, whatever it was during COVID or anything. It's like the prices can go crazy. Or if the supply dries up, it takes time for the market to realise that there's no supply there. So it's like a lagging event, the halving. So I think, in short, yes, I think we will get an opportunity to buy lower before the halving. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to crash the price, but if anyone knows how to crash the price, it's the government, it's the SEC. I'm sure they'll find a way. And the halving is on the chart. The halving is about here. But Bitcoin right now is at a big retracement level as well. So this could be it. This could be as high as Bitcoin gets. You need to think of that as a possibility as well. I'm writing a video right now on that, like the outlining the risks of the crypto market, not to get too like far ahead of yourself, because yeah, there's so much risks in this market. So yeah, this could be as high as Bitcoin gets. It's up at 618 retracement level. This could be it. You need to think of that as well. Of course, in my personal opinion, like what I'm doing with my journey, I feel that this could be a high that we get, and then if we come down we could literally crash for the next 3 months, and I would still be really bullish. I would probably be even more bullish if we seen the next 3 months red months. Then after the halving, then I'll be like, right, now I need the market to go up. I don't need the market to go up right now. Everything that's happening is a bonus, and it's not something that I need. In my expectations after the halving, then I need to see some returns from my Bitcoin. Then I'm like, right, okay, it's time to make money. But now it's like, it's not in my expectations for the price to be really high right now, so I'm not fussed. So hope that helps. I do believe we'll see lower prices before the halving. That would be the halving here, like March, April. And then it could go down a bit after the halving as well. Then it can start to move up with supply and demand. And if you just look at that chart, that's taking us to October. That is a possibility. But if you got the patience so I'll have the patience to wait till October, November to see profit. But if you're in the mindset that, the ETF's approved now, like we're going to the moon right now. If we start crashing for the next 3 months, you're going to be a raging mess. You're going to be annoyed, angry, depressed. Why is this happening? The ETF's been that it should be go to the moon. No, it shouldn't. Why should it be go to the moon just because like ETFs are allowed? It shouldn't be. So yeah, if you set your expectations low, it's pretty hard to be disappointed. If your expectations are, yes, we'll go to the moon, let's go, the crypto market will humble you real quick. The crypto market will bring you back down to reality real quick. Bitcoin could drop $10,000 in a day. Easily. And we'd still be at $37,000. Lewis, are you still holding Flocky? Yes, I am. To be honest, actually, I think I've got it in a few different places, but I don't know if one of them's like a fake Flocky or something I've bought, because it doesn't show as I've as it being worth anything. So I don't know if they've maybe changed the contract address, whatever. I don't really like Flocky was something I've bought and yeah, just forget about it. In the bull market, if it gets really euphoric and exciting, then I'll just sell it. It's not something that I am really active in focusing on. But let's see if there's any breaking news. Any plans to catch up with Mitch Ray again? Yes, we will probably be going over to Miami to see Mitch soon this year. Maybe go to Bitcoin Miami, I don't know, but yeah, we need to go visit Mitch because he came over to Glasgow, so we'll be going to Miami, definitely. So, no major breaking news yet. Yeah, this chart's getting shared a lot. So, when the gold ETF was introduced, gold seen a massive rally. It does make sense. Like, I'm not an idiot. I fully understand the impact and the importance of an ETF. I fully understand that. I get it. Like, it is key to usher in trillions. Yes, it's key. But I just like to step back a bit and let it cool, because if your expectations are, yes, the ETF, it's going to go to the moon right now, trust me, you'll be disappointed. Trust me. Even if you're very excited, just tell yourself, wait a year before you need to see any gains. If there's any market on the planet that will leave you disappointed, it's crypto. Things can change really quick. So, yes, I love that the ETF's here. Amazing trillions are going to come in, but just have some patience with it as well. Have patience. Look at steady too. It's crazy. Wow. Reptiles. Mad. So, breaking news, red panty night tonight. I hope so. I just feel I can't break out the red panties until after the halving. That's because, yeah, that's the way I feel. I can't get excited until after the halving because that's just the way it's always been. But so here's the. I'll get those disgusting creatures off your screen. Sorry about that. So yeah, so here's the thing, right? I can't get excited till after the halving. So that's just a mental thing for me. But remember that I'm fully exposed to the crypto market. Like, everything is in the crypto market. So my money is where my mouth is. I'm fully invested. I'm all in on crypto. But I'm not interested until 6 months down the line. Like, until 6 months after until we've got past the halving, then I'll be excited. Then I can say, right, now's the time. But right now, I'm like, all of this is irrelevant now. I'm not buying into anything that I see. To keep my mental space clear, because when the market does crash, I won't be disappointed because I knew it was going to happen anyway. But see, if the market does go to the moon, brilliant, amazing. It happened a few months early. But just remember who controls the market, and just remember how manipulated it is. Yeah, if you want to be excited now, that's on you. Like, if you can handle the disappointment that can happen, then but you want to be excited now, that's cool. Like, everyone's got their own ways of coping. I would say the way I cope is by just thinking long term and not being too fussed about the next few months before the halving. So yeah. Could you give an insight on why we've seen a mini run before the halving? So, well, I take it you must just mean on Bitcoin, because the rest of the market hasn't really seen a rally. Like, you got some outliers, Solana, and then all your shit coins, but like the rest of the market has just been. The rest of the market is like here. I don't know if you can see that on the screen if it loads, but the rest of the market is like. So, in fact, I'll draw it in case it isn't shown. The rest of the market is like here right now. Bitcoin is a way up here, but the rest of the crypto market is still down here. So, yeah, we've seen a mini run in Bitcoin before now. In fact, let's mark the last halving to see how it went the last halving. Was the halving in May 2020? Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong? Oh, perfect. If that's correct. This is absolutely perfect if it's correct. Perfect, 11th of May. So the halving was, in fact, I'll put a line on it here. So May 2020. So like here, the halving was like here, right? So your question, David, was could you give some insight why we've seen a mini run before the halving? Yeah, the last cycle we had a mini run before the halving. Oh, that's beautiful. So 186% rally before the last halving. What did we see after that? A crash, then a pump. Oh no, that's 2019. Apologies, 2019. 2020. So less, but makes sense. So here is the previous halving. So we've seen a rally from the bottom. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Wow. So yeah, so you've asked why we've seen a mini run before the halving. We've seen a mini run before the halving in 2020 also. What happened after that? We've seen a correction. Then we broke out. How long after the halving did we break out? Like 140 days, which is four or 5 months. And then there's like a fake out, so people think this is it, it's breaking out, and then it crashes again. Then is the real one. So that's a good question. Why have we seen a mini run? Well, we've seen it before. The same thing happened. We see a run up into the halving, then we cool off, we see a fake out pump, then we crash again. So these might not look like big crashes, right? But see if you measure them. So when you're zoomed out on this, it's like, oh, that's nothing, right? But when you measure it, this is perspective for you. When you measure it, Bitcoin fell 22%, right? So keep that in mind. So it doesn't look, that looks like nothing. 22% looks like nothing when you look zoomed out. But let's see what a 22% fall would look like from here. 36k, there you go. More than a $10,000 drop in Bitcoin. That's what I said earlier, like we could easily see a $10,000 drop at any time for any reason. Because we see, like, you can't even see that as a drop anymore in 2020. So that's why it's best to just have your expectations low. Expect there to be $10,000 drops, massive drops, because when they inevitably do happen, you are prepared for it anyway. But that's enough on charts. Let's have a look at the good old news. Let's see what the good old news, our friends over at the news, let's see what they are saying. Just seeing the comments there, you're settling my FOMO mentality here. Might just wait for my next buy. Exactly, like, that's the thing. If you have no exposure to crypto now, you might want to get some exposure, because we're a few months before the halving. We know what tends to happen after the halving. It would make sense to get some exposure. But if you've already got crypto exposure, it'd be higher risk to buy now. When we are overheated, when there is a lot of FOMO in the market. So again, as always, we say this like all the time, it's down to the individual, it's down to what you've got now, it's what your plans are, what your time horizons are. There's no blanket answer for everyone. So, right, this one's perfect, Gregor. So Gregor has asked, can you explain your thinking behind the levels? Don't know what you would call them, the colour line boxes on your BTC chart. What should we take away from them? Do you use the principles for the entire crypto investment, or is it just BTC? See you tomorrow for a one-to-one. BITGET, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it as well, mate, as always. But yeah, these are king when it comes to any market. So again, we'll pass you on to Mitch Ray. He's a content creator who trades charts. Every single asset on the planet uses this, and it's the Fibonacci sequence. And Fibonacci is everywhere in nature. It's everywhere around us, Fibonacci. So yeah, how can we explain it? So essentially what happens with an asset, so if an asset is breaking out into a new all-time high, like how high can Bitcoin go? There's no there's no number that you can just pull out of thin air and say it's going to go to $500,000. Like there's no math behind that. So what Fibonacci's are good for, and price extension wise, is by finding how high an asset can go. So if you look at the stock market, if you look at Ethereum, if you look at gold, they all reach out to these levels. This is the levels they reach, and then they'll crash. And whether it's a self-fulfilling prophecy to an extent, because that's the levels that people use, but also Fibonacci is everywhere. So I'll show you an example of this, of it playing out to perfection. We'll be able to give you a bit more info on this. We cover this in detail on the fast track course. But yeah, fibs are key goods. They are absolutely essential. So for giving price targets anyway. So do a fib on Bitcoin from here. So if you see here, this is a previous Bitcoin bull run. Sorry, just take a wee sec to. So here is the previous Bitcoin bull run, right? So this is back in 2017. Anyone who understands Fibonacci's, they would have set out a Fibonacci on this. So you go from the highest point to the lowest point, and this gives you an extension. And all of these numbers are just percentages. That's what they are. They are a percent of the move. So when you extend from here to here, this gives you a top target up here. This is your top target. And look exactly how Bitcoin played out. Didn't hit the exact target, but it was almost hit the target, the top target. So again, if I plotted this chart, if I plotted a fib on Ethereum, it matches exactly to the fib. Same with gold, same with the Dow Jones, the same with Amazon. All of them reach out to their fib extensions or fib retracements. So yeah, the fibs are good to find potential targets for profit taking. So yeah, I hope that explained it in quick. Mark, if you're still on stream, if you get any nice fibs, I can't remember, was it Amazon had a nice fib? Any that played out to absolute perfection. I'm sure Ethereum played out to perfection. Let's check Ethereum. So put a fib on Ethereum from its high to its low. Where did it get to? Yeah, again, just under the top target, 4.2. Which is where we get our XRP targets from. They're all based on fibs, which is where we get our Borg targets from. That's why, so some people in XRP will say, in fibs, you can take them from different levels, to be honest. I just take them from the highest point to the lowest point. So maybe some of you on the channel, followers, members, will have heard us say about $13 XRP. That's based on a fib. But we say, yeah, between $7 and $13 because, as you've seen on Bitcoin, Ethereum, sometimes they get up to here and then that's it, and then it's over, so they don't reach the very top. So with XRP, it might not get anywhere near 13, it might stop here, but the fibs give you an idea of where it can go based on every asset on the planet. It's all just the same thing. Charts move the same regardless of what the asset is. which again friend Mitchery covers in detail. Like there's orange juice futures or wheat futures, cattle. They're all just charts and they trade the same way. So do you see BTC over 200k in the bull run? Yeah, and 240k is like the highest target. We won't say, like we can't. So the reason we don't say higher targets, the reason we don't say XRP to 25, XRP to $50 is because the fibs don't allow that, and we just base on fibs. Because majority of the time fibs are right. They're the only thing that you can use to in technical analysis anyway that can give you an indication on where price can possibly go. So yeah, with Bitcoin, the highest Bitcoin could go based on fibs was $220,000, 240. So again, with Bitcoin, you'd be taking profits all the way up here because it might not reach the very top. It might roll over at 190. So how's Bitcoin getting on right now? Right, we've got Amazon. Let's check the Amazon one just to give another fib example for anyone who is interested in how fibs work. Does anyone in the chat, do they use fibs at all? So what was it, from January 2015? Would that work? No. Look at that Amazon. That is crazy. Like if you think Bitcoin's crazy, it happens in other assets as well. Look at this, down at 70 cents for Amazon. Crazy. What does fib mean? It means Fibonacci. In fact, let's get up. So here is Fibonacci himself. So in mathematics, the Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. Numbers that are part of the Fibonacci sequence are known as Fibonacci numbers, commonly denoted. The sequence commonly starts with 0 and 1, although some authors start the sequence from 1 and 1, or sometimes whatever. The Fibonacci numbers were described first in Indian mathematics, 200 BC. Possible patterns of poetry and length. They're named by an Italian mathematician who introduced the sequence to Western European mathematics. Fibonacci numbers appear unexpectedly often in mathematics, so much that there's an entire journal dedicated to their study. So yeah, it's math essentially, but it can be found everywhere in nature. It's like plants or leaves or whatever, they all use Fibonacci. It's way over my head, I'll be honest. I've not got a clue what any of this means, but all I do know is that the Fibonacci sequence extensions, they work on charts, and they've been working for over 200 years on charts. you can draw a chart. In fact, it was like the WWE stock. The fib was like 10, 15 years in the making, and it hits the fib perfectly. Yeah, there you go. It's found in nature, such as trees, branches, the arrangement of the leaves on a stem, the fruitlets on a pineapple, a pine cone, honeybees. It's a crazy world, crazy world. But yes, it sounds like hocus pocus, but go play with a chart, and it will end. Oh, there we go. Here's the WWE chart here. Look at this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So from the all-time high in March 2014 to the bottom in 2015, that would give you a price target for the WWE stock of $100, and it reached $97. In fact, it did go on to hit $100. So yeah, the fib was hit perfectly. So, and that's over the course of 2014 to 2018, and it hit perfectly the target. And whether that's self-fulfilling prophecy or whatever, it happened. Whether it was self-fulfilling or not, it's reality. And then we've got the next target for WWE stock up at $300, which I did sell some at 113. Alpha members will know that, and I've rotated into another stock. How's everyone finding that kind of content? Yeah, so Thomas has said there, do you think the lower market cap of a token, the harder it is to use fibs? Never really used them. Yes, but they still work through self-fulfilling prophecy, or just through the math. They do work because it's traders that are trading them at the end of the day. They trade them at the same levels, so they still will work. But yeah, the more history to go off a coin, obviously the better. I'm going to post this stream on X right now. Why not? Why not? What are those nutters at SwissBorg up to? Wow, that looks good, but it looks chilly, but it looks good. Switzerland's a place to be. Beautiful. Beautiful. See if anyone's watching this stream, could you give that a like or a retweet? Be appreciated. Borg. Let's go Borg. In fact, let's have a look at Borg, because oh, nice. Okay. So Borg was down as low as 16 cents, and it was up to almost 20 cents today. So yeah, that's good to see. It's good to see. Ethereum's been performing really well as well from basically from the announcement yesterday. It's up over 11% in the last 24 hours. There's potentially a Ethereum ETF launching as well, so hey, let's have a look at the news then. So SEC bent rules for spot Bitcoin ETF approval, says Commissioner Uyedia. Okay, let's see. SEC Commissioner cited strong concerns with 3 aspects of the spot Bitcoin ETF approval order. Soon after the US SEC approved several fund managers to list the spot Bitcoin ETF, SEC Commissioner Mark Udia published a statement revealing strong concerns. Uda voted in favour of the approval, however he criticised the underlying analytical approach by which the Commission reached its decision, fearing that the SEC's rationale and legal analysis could set up precedent for the future. The flawed reasoning in the spot Bitcoin ETF approval order could reverberate for years to come. According to this guy, the SEC missed out on the opportunity to treat Bitcoin like any other commodity. Instead, the Commission historically singled out the Bitcoin ETFs after they failed to satisfy its novel significant size test. Under the standard, spot Bitcoin ETP applications should have been approved long ago, he argued. He further claimed that the approval order provides no additional explanation for why it continues to treat Bitcoin spot ETFs differently than futures ETPs under the significant market test. Kind of fair, to be honest, actually. Now I read further into it. While none of the Bitcoin ETF applicants satisfy the SEC's significant market test, the SEC's approval cited other means that satisfied its requirement. This is a good call by this guy. He said that the SEC invented a new standard after forcing applicants to spend years pursuing the significant market requirement, he added, rather than requiring applicants to make multiple attempts in the dark in the hopes that they finally find present an argument leading to approval under the significant market test. The Commission should have actively made its expectations known. Again, standard SEC stuff. Yeah, they like to leave you in the dark, don't tell you anything, and then just make up a new rule to grant the ETF rather than approving it under the current rules, essentially is what this guy is saying. So he believes the SEC's motivation for accelerating ETF approvals was to get the first mover advantage, while pointing out the lack of analysis and how to cash only creation and redemption feature could prevent fraud. He says that such approval orders in general must provide transparency in their analysis. You are not going to get any transparency out of the SEC. Don't be so insane. However, because I have independent reasons for concluding that the applicants satisfy the standards, I support the issuance and the approval order. The end. So fair take from Commissioner Ueda, but it's just standard SEC stuff. They are filthy little scumbags, to say in the nicest way possible. What are the fibs like for Borg? There is none. There is none that I can place. Where's the mouse? There is none on Borg that I can place right now. Again, it's not because it's Borg migrated from CHSB to Borg. They're two different tokens. So yes. Yeah, there's no. I think I've done it before, and maybe it takes it to $7. I can't remember by memory right now, but yeah, I haven't got Borg here right now that I could do it. here is one that's been performing. That's the thing as well. Like, I'm thinking, oh, it's been performing really well, but then when you zoom out, it's like it is absolutely wrecked. Like, I've made a lot of money on this recently. Glimmer, which is Moonbeam, I only started buying it at the bottom. I've never bought any it before. I did start buying it around this time. It's up a lot, but yeah, when you zoom out, it's got a long way to go, and that's the same with a lot of assets. So what fib are you using? So if you're on TradingView, if you click over here, and then it's just fib retracement. I love to see this kind of FOMO. Heavy selling on SwissBorg. It's hard not to wonder if something's going on. I love that. You're seeing that on Borg and you're seeing it on XRP. I love that. It means that people are getting impatient. It's wonderful. Because I will show you a chart in a second of why this is so key. So, anyone who's feeling impatient with XRP or Borg, whatever it is, here is a little here is a eye-opener for you, let's say. So this is back in 2017. So during this entire time, basically in 2017, XRP done nothing but go down and go sideways for over 200 days. Now, in this time, the rest of the market was pumping, Bitcoin was pumping, everything was going amazing, and XRP did zero. XRP was getting wrecked. And what that done is it created a lot of impatience, anger, frustration, selling of XRP. And then what happened? Out the blue, right, so think about it, during this time here, Bitcoin was pumping and the entire market was pumping. Everything in the world was pumping at this time. Remember that, right? Everything was pumping then. So during that time, you hold XRP and everything on the planet's pumping. You're like, what am I doing? I'm in the wrong asset here. Everything is pumping. Every single person I know is making money except me. What am I doing? So that leads to panic, fear, whatever it is. That leads you then to sell your XRP when it's here to buy something else that's probably already pumped. Then what happens when the rest of the market cools down, when Bitcoin starts to crash again? XRP does, let me put an exact number on it for you. XRP does 1700% in 20 days. 1700% it does after doing nothing while the rest of the market was pumping. Because of this, that is where my patience comes into play. When the market is pumping, my expectations are that the whole market is going to pump without XRP, and I'm fine with that because that's my expectations. If XRP is to pump now with the market, nice one, but that's not my expectations. My expectations is that XRP will get wrecked while the full market is celebrating. XRP will be wrecked, doing nothing sideways. Then when Bitcoin starts to crash, XRP is going to moon. that's my expectations. If my expectations are like blown away and XRP is just pumping randomly now for no reason and off to the races, then that's amazing as well. But my expectations are that the XRP will do nothing, and then the more impatient people get, the more bullish I get, the more questions I get. What's happening with XRP? Like that this guy on Borg. Oh, something's happening. What's going on? I love seeing that. That's what I want to see, because it shows that there's impatience. It shows that people will be selling, and that shows that it's almost time for my asset to pump. So, Patrick, good on you, mate. I love it, because it shows me the sentiment, and the sentiment is people are starting to get scared. Oh, Solana's pumping, but why is SwissBorg? Just wait, mate. Go buy Solana then. Like, go buy Solana, brother. Go buy Solana, brother. So, yeah. When I start to see questions on Instagram, whoa, are you still confident in XRP, mate? It's not really done anything. That makes me even more bullish. Please bring on more of those questions. This character, Elon Musk, has been very quiet about crypto. It's actually quite annoying. But maybe it's in the plan, I don't know. But he's been silent on crypto for years now. But yeah, that is all from me, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will round things up in a sec. What was the chat saying before we go? Is there anything else that we need to cover? I'm just going to have a look in the chat just now. Glimmer is my biggest bag. Nice one. That's good. You must be doing well with Glimmer if that's your biggest bag. But yeah, if you're not, so as Gregor said, he is in tomorrow for a in-person one-to-one. If any of you are interested in that, there is links down below for that. It's on the Crypto Glasgow WAP page, or if you aren't in CC Pro yet, which I imagine everybody in this stream is on CC Pro already, but if you're not, there's a link down below where you can check that out for more info on that. But anyway, that is all from me. Thanks for tuning in during this afternoon session. If you'd like more of these afternoon sessions, leave a like to let me know that you enjoy it so that I can make more videos like this, or leave a comment and let me know as well, because yeah, the more people that let me know that it's worth it, it makes it worth it for me, and it makes me come back and do it again. So yeah, that is all from me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I will see you very, very soon.